eyes are on Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, but lately it's been about their health. Let's acknowledge that we're going to take our approach here to be a non-political one, which is very tough to do during these times. But first, I'm going to talk about Hillary Clinton because her health dominated headlines this last week. During the September 11th memorial this past Sunday, you may have seen Hillary looked like she lost her balance. You're seeing in this video here, almost appears to pass out. Of course, people were very concerned, so her campaign issued a statement from her doctor revealing she had been diagnosed with pneumonia 2 days before. And after this, apparently was rehydrated, recovered nicely, put on antibiotics, and then after that all happened, her campaign came out on Wednesday and said regarding her health that she was normal and she is, quote, in excellent mental condition. They said her lab work was normal, blood pressure looked good, all those things that you're supposed to say, and said that regarding the pneumonia, it was a non-contagious bacterial pneumonia. So
I call this the fall or the faint that was heard around the world. I mean, that was, we don't really know, but boy, that Secret Service, did they jump in front of her quickly or what when it was obvious that she stumbled, or we don't really know exactly what the event was. And it's a little bit different. If she stumbled is one thing, just on the basis of weakness, but if she truly lost consciousness, a syncopal episode, then it's a little different.
Well, pneumonia... It's not too fast. If it were true syncope, meaning fainting, I think you'd be down, I mean, because one side of her wasn't held up
looks
yet.
Like somebody caught her.
Stumbling, yeah.
She looked incredibly weakened from what was going on. And as a doctor, I will say this. I've seen so many cases of pneumonia in the emergency department, and they can range from people feeling, quite frankly, fine.
Yeah, like
a little bit of a cough, but no big deal, to people with severe cough, systemic symptoms, fever,
chills,
bacterial pneumonia can lead to a systemic infection that can in some people even be deadly. But I want to caution people to jump to conclusions. That's why we're discussing this, because to me, what I took out of this is, honestly, shame on her campaign and her physicians for not saying, look, Hillary, you got to take a little bit of a break here, because clearly she did not have a severe pneumonia that had her in the hospital, but you have to cut back a little bit.
It was 9/11. Imagine the rumors in the spin of, she didn't show up.
Yeah, you're right.
She didn't show up. I mean, give her
she
credit.
Wants to be president.
I mean, give her credit. She showed up for this event, the 9/11 memorial. Hot, it was over 100 degrees with super humidity, dressed in a more formal type thing because of the event. I mean, you have to hand it to her that she did that. But this is unprecedented in a presidential election that health has become such a big issue. She'll be 69 next month. Trump is 70. So there are two of the older candidates that we've had, and both sides are making health an issue.
What I don't like about where the election has gone is it's so cantankerous now, and there's just so much negativity, and the fact that now they're using each other's health against one another. I actually look at both of them, and we'll talk about Trump here in a minute, and I'm impressed for the most part. I feel like they've taken pretty good care of themselves, but these slings and arrows towards one another when it comes to, oh, she's sicker, he's sicker, well, he's gonna die, she's gonna die.
That's why there should be a level playing field. I mean, we got physicals for this job here at Paramount CBS, that we had to go through complete physicals. We have to go through complete physicals to get our hospital privileges, right?
Right. And usually it's not just a black car waiting for 5 minutes for the doctor.
No, and think about any other job. Pilots, athletes have to go through what I call medical clearance. We don't operate on anybody, especially if they're over 50, unless they've gone through what we call medical clearance. And that includes, you know,
right, but that is very different, Drew, because obviously
they should be in place by a neutral party. That, I mean, this is a very stressful job, being president, both mentally and physically. I think health is important, especially.
I couldn't agree more, but my point is that how this is playing out in the media, it couldn't be more inaccurate. And so what you're saying is, let's have it be a legitimate.
That would be a solution to this mudslinging, which is just not fair.